But what the mind can do is direct you toward letting go of the mind so that you can just only be. But once we start out, that's not enough. We set up a body. The first body is a causal body. It's a delightful body because there, every concept, every idea we have is instantaneously fulfilled. Every concept is instantaneously fulfilled. And there's not too much motivation to get out of that causal body. And yet it's relatively easy to do it, to go back up. But what we do is we make a denser body, called astral. And here's where we really hang ourselves. I'm putting the neck right around that line. When we get down to the physical. In the realm of time, this was started eons ago. In the realm of time, we've been hundreds of millions of years into the physical. This is how stubborn we are. And theoretically, anytime anyone should choose, that one can go zip right back up to the top. But as you've noticed, you get so caught up in your toys, in your externals, you just don't want to let go. And so we develop all these externals more and more and more. And the more we develop, the heavier we feel. The slower we get, the slower we move. Until you hit bottom, the state we are in, the physical. It's the slowest, densest state possible unto beings everywhere in the universe. We cannot go slower, lower, denser than we are right now. So that's a great place to be. We're halfway through, and we're actually those of us using the method are beginning to move up and out of the physical. We've chosen a time to come in when the incentives to get out of the physical are going to be the greatest. And that's great. Because it's when all the props are knocked out, all the external props are knocked out, that we say, enough. And we go back home. Home is up here. So you've chosen a wonderful time. You couldn't have chosen a better time to come into the physical realm. Because unconsciously, we set it up, originally consciously, so that we will not be forever caught up in this heaviness, in this misery, in this limitation. And when we set it up, we could see ahead of time that you get so blinded you don't know where you're going. And so we set up the automatic protective stops. That's the physical, set up so that the physical can't work anymore. Then we have to go back up. There's only one way to go. Up, when all the props are out. I don't know whether to mention it or not, but I will. The leader of what's considered one of the most spiritual countries in the world died this morning.
Gandhi?
Yeah, Indira.
Incredible.
What?
She was assassinated.
Yeah. By whom? Two of her guards. They were Sikhs.
Oh, God.
Two of her personal guards who were Sikhs.
What's Sikh?
That kind of religion.
There's a big group in India that kind of stepped aside from Hinduism and are seeking their way. But it's not spelled S-E-E-K, it's S-I-K-H. They're a big group there, and they're trying to separate their part of the land from India. So there was a battle going on. But the irony of it, who did it? Her closest personal guard. What I'm saying to you, there are no safeties in this world, and what are you doing every day? You're trying to make it safe. Even if you get to be the head of one of the most spiritual and one of the largest countries, you still can't be safe. Until you identify with your beingness. And when you do, you will have the absolute safety there is. You're untouchable, immortal, whole perfect. So try not to hold on to this physical carcass with the intensity that you do. Start looking towards moving up. You'll move back into the astral. When you get up there, it's different from here. Here you're looking in a downward direction all the time. Here, you keep your direction up. And when you do it enough, you get to be a Christ, a Buddha, back in the causal. That's where they are. And where they are is such a thin line from just beingness only. Should they choose to go over the line, they can do it. But they get caught up in wanting to help the world, so that ones who start helping seem to hang around for thousands and thousands of years. But they do it in a very comfortable body, the causal body. So, because.
Of course.
And what about you, Lester? Are you in the causal?
Mm-mm. If I were in the causal, I wouldn't be talking to you. When I say you, I mean the world. I sat in it for years. And then came out to do my duty to God and my country, obey all the laws, and do good.
In other words, you were drafted.
But I volunteered for it. You have to volunteer originally.
Causal voice.
Being prepared.
But once you sit in that quiet state, it never leaves you. And it's extremely difficult to stay with the noise.